Even though the Earth is made up of 7 continents, today our focus is on this one right here, where the equator and the prime meridian intersect at Null Island, Africa. This is a continent naturally endowed and immensely blessed. Nearly 99.9% of all people in Africa are religious, attending churches or mosques regularly. Here's what I mean.
As of 2020, Christianity was by far the largest religion in Africa, nearly 50%. Islam is second with about 44%, so all those are religious. Folk and ATR, African traditional, 2.65%, and other religions constitute 2.53%. That is from the Pew Research.
Despite the deep-rooted faith, something still seems amiss. This is a continent facing staggering challenges. The latest figures show Africa grappling with an unemployment rate of approximately 8.1%, with youth unemployment being significantly higher. In Kenya, this crisis has sparked widespread protests as the youth demand the president to reject a financial bill they believe will worsen their plight. So, what is the missing link? What could bridge the gap between faith and flourishing societies? At the heart of Addis Ababa, within the prestigious halls of the African Union, one visionary bishop believes he has the answer.
My name is Sheldon Mwesigwa. I'm a bishop of Ankole Diocese in the southwestern Uganda, San Anglican Diocese. But my background is in academia, and I'm also an associate professor.
Join us as we delve into his inspiring presentation, where he reveals his groundbreaking initiatives that have transformed a humble saving circle into a thriving and very competitively profiting financial institution, creating countless job opportunities, cultivating lush coffee plantations, and investing in real estate. Discover how faith and constructive leadership have merged to create a brighter future for the youth, women, and local communities in Uganda. This is more than a story of success. It's a blueprint for how religion can shape policy and drive progress. Stay tuned. Africa needs you.
So let me start with our people in this room. We have started with Bishop. Just a brief introduction of yourself and then brief remarks about the subject we are discussing today, the role of religious leaders in promoting innovation in Africa for job creation and the successful implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area.
Thank you very much, Dr. Day to me. The reason why I'm here, because Day to me is based in Uganda. He's been there for 6 years. He has a strange vision. He has a history. He said the world is going to gravitate towards Africa, and Uganda is going to be the centerpiece. He came to Uganda, and he sought me out. That's why I'm here. I'm not here because of the delegation from Uganda. My name is Sheldon Mwesigwa. I'm a bishop of Ankole Diocese in the southwestern Uganda, San Anglican Diocese. But my background is in academia, and I'm also an associate professor. But I was so glad when I became a bishop to put theory to practice. Many times we have many theorists, but relating to the ground is a different matter. So, I begin. Introduction. I already said, Ankole Diocese is one of the 37 dioceses of the Church of Uganda, which is Anglican. And we have a wide range of projects that create jobs and wealth. And we derived that from John 10:10. A thief comes to kill, steal, and destroy. I came that you may have life and have it in full. So if you are a Christian and you're working, and you are wealthy, and you are getting well, then you have livelihood. The diocese has about 230 Christians and directly employs 5,777 workers. And religion is a very powerful force that can either be used to ignite job and wealth creation, or religion can be used to cause or even to increase poverty. And I've told people when I retire, one of the books I will write, I've written some books talking about the good about religion. It will be lost in the house of God. There are many in the religious world whose theology takes people. Professor Mwesigwa has said, as of 2020, Christianity was by far the largest religion in Africa, nearly 50%. Islam is second with about 44%, so all those are religious. Folk and ATR, African traditional, 2.65%, and other religions constitute 2.53%. That is from the Pew Research. Now that shows you what Dr. Daytuni has been saying. Actually, there is almost no person who can say it's not religious in Africa. Now, the flagship project that we have in our diocese is called the Millennium Circle, which started in 2012. And when bishops are being made bishops, they make what we call a charge, similar to a manifesto in politics. Personally, I didn't have in mind the financial institution, but when I went around, the Christians were telling me, Bishop, why don't we start a financial institution? Why? What is the problem? So I took it serious and I started in 2012. And as I speak, we have 8 branches of this circle. And the 8th branch was opened in Kampala City. There is no circle in Uganda which has a branch in Kampala City. And so far we have employed 73 graduates, and they get good money. And we thank God for that. We have an asset base of 21 billion, which is $5.8 million as of 2023. And we have more than 21,000 members who subscribe to Millennium Circle. Despite the hard economic times in the year 2019-2021, the Circle's net surplus increased by 86%, as you can see the figures. Our dividends were at 52% a share in 2021. There is money in banks, my God. And one of the things I love, I heard the president of Kenya saying, you need to be at the dinner table. If you are not at the dinner table, you might be part of the menu. I like that. The banks where you take your money, who are the shareholders? At least now for me, the bank, the circle where I take my money, I'm a shareholder. I get big loans, but I get the profits also because I'm a shareholder. And our shareholding is free and open. The dividends dropped in 2022 to 35.9. But this is very high. It is not comparable to treasury bills, unit trusts, whatever you call them, or pension schemes that we give money to. This means that a member who had shares worth $2,707 was getting $954, and that is really high. Loans. Millennium Circle extends loans to its members so that they can be able to do business, which in the long run creates employment because people want access to credit. Of course, it is still high. The interest may not be exciting. In fact, one of the things we pray for is that we get people who can provide low interest. We have one gentleman who is attached to a school where he studied from. He provided low interest to these staff members through our circle, and they access it. So the same can be for organizations which want to reach out to help poor people, which would be good. So, Millennium Circle disbursed loans of $4.3 million to its members in 2012, and there was a 69.4% increase rate. We are in a mission of recruiting more members to increase the SACCO's share capital and deposits, and we have several products. The SACCO plans to expand its branch. Why not even outside Uganda? You can come to Ethiopia and all over. Other banks have done it. The SACCO's share capital increased to 6.939 billion Uganda shillings in the year 2022 by 66.9. And you can see the growth rate. The point is, our people are very hard workers, by the way. They can create wealth. And even financial institutions, they borrow money, they do business, and they grow. We have a radio, a diocesan radio station. We have invested about 500 million Uganda shillings in that radio. But we have gotten some donorship for the equipment. But now what we have invested is even much more than what the donor gave us. It has helped the diocese to preach the gospel, to mobilize people. Professor Mwesigwa talked about attitude change. Actually, one of the other words we use is we have a captive audience. Captive audience. You can tell them to move in any direction. It's like the army. When they say jump, you say, how high should I jump? I'm told in Uganda, actually the circle for the army is so successful. Because when they say in the army jump, you say, how high should I jump? The one for the police is not doing well. Because in the police, it is public service. When they say jump, you say, why should I jump? So discipline, which we have in the church, can really bring development if it is in the right direction. And we take advantage of it. Ankole Diocese Household Community Transformation Project, which gives birth to jobs. We have up to 203 acres of church land, which we have planted with coffee. And households, 138 acres of land with coffee. Our target is 400 acres. Each acre can employ up to one person. So 203 acres, you have about 203. The coffee harvest brings in more employment ventures of at least 4 people. And we are looking at this. It's very exciting per acre. And post-harvest of coffee will increase job opportunities for up to 800 employees for the 203 acres. When I became a bishop, we have owned that land for about 60 years. My diocese is about 60 years. But we have land and we've not been using it. But we thank God for the revelation the Lord has given us. And we are calling our coffee, which is not yet out on the market, it will be called Revival Coffee. The government, we want to thank the government of Uganda, has been so supportive. And they are in the process of getting us a weight processing machine through UCDA. There is here, Rutega is one of those in the coffee line, and they supported us with that. They've also given us a tractor, which we are going also to use, which we thank God for. We have formed a coffee cooperative association, so that's through the church. We can be able to market our coffee outside. One of the biggest problems we have, the local person, they buy coffee from them at 2,000 Uganda shillings instead of the minimum 6,000. Because people are poor, they even sell their coffee before it matures. The middlemen come and take it away from them. We are trying to get a model whereby we can they can access funds from us and they go and pay school fees for their children so that they get value for money for their coffee. As a church, we are trying to do that. That will work. Vanilla, we are also going to vanilla. 283 farmers in the vanilla corridor. Very high product crop. I have a garden of 2 acres. 3 years I haven't got anything, but I have one. But most of the other Christians who have these vanilla gardens, because they are too poor, they buy from them at a very low price. If we can get people who can come in and assure them of good, fair money, then it will be a good bridge gap for them. Skilling, we are trying to go through schools to teach them about using vegetable gardens and many other things. Cultural, We also have a poultry project where we're starting with 5,000 birds, and we expect the first eggs in August. The project employs about 5. Ankole Diocese owns about 5 commercial buildings used for business and rentals. We get about $110,000 from each. We plow back the money in investment and ministry. I've told you we have a radio we sustain, so with about 500 million. Where does it come from? It comes from money is in Africa. Personally, as a bishop, at one time I used to run around with, whenever I would see white people, to get exchange the card. But I no longer do that. And I no longer travel a lot. Many of my colleagues are going America, wherever. No. The money is in Africa. And we can make it, God being our guide. Educational institutions, the breakdown of employees in different church departments. You can look down. We employ 5,799 workers. In conclusion, in view of a unique bond between religious leadership and the followers, the former are best placed to impact the latter for job creation, appreciation of work ethic, and wealth creation. If not used well, mark this statement, political leaders, and it's already happening. People are disoriented in religious environments, and they are contributing to poverty. Someone needs to do research about that. If not well observed, religion can cause poverty or increase it among the faithful. In the name of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Thank you.